Greetings and salutations, people of the internet. This is Master RBG, and today we're going to look at a very special game. A game that in one form or another has been in high demand for quite some time now. I speak of none other than Yooka Laylee. Now, before we go into the review proper, let's address that elephant in the room, shall we? This game is a successor to the Banjo Kazooie series, in everything but name, for legal reasons. I would call it a spiritual successor to the series, but that term doesn't quite get across what's going on here. Not really. This game was made mostly by the same writers, directors, artists, etc. as the original two Banjo Kazooie games. Plus some new folks for, helping to program the game, of course. For want of legal rights to the name Banjo Kazooie, this would have been Banjo 3. Anywho, rant over. Let's go ahead and get this review underway, shall we? Yooka Laylee stars the titular characters Yooka, the lizard, and Laylee, the bat. Yooka seems to be more intelligent than Banjo was, and Laylee is much sassier and definitely more morally ambiguous than Kazooie ever was. We start with them near their recently renovated pirate ship house. Yeah, I know it's weird. Don't question it, just roll with it, okay? Also, is it just me, or is it kinda messed up that little Laylee has a way bigger beach towel than Yooka? Just me? Okay. Well, moving on then. We also have our big bad for the game, Capital B, President of Hivory Towers. We also get introduced to his second-in-command, Dr. Quack. That's right, folks. The puns are back in full effect! Woo! We also meet a whole host of other bizarre and interesting characters. Clearly, time has not affected the Banjo Kazooie team's writing and character design skills. Especially the design skills. Seriously, the googly eyes attached to a random object method still get used here too. That last image wasn't even a real character. It was the soap dispenser at my day job. But could you really tell the difference? I'm not saying other characters don't get good designs. I mean, I love Rectro, Dr. Quack, Capital B, especially Trouser. Oh yeah, Trouser is the guy you'll be buying moves from in this game. Yes, you have to buy advanced attack moves in this game, and yes, he is a snake wearing pants named Trouser. He is literally a trouser snake. I believe I already mentioned the puns in this game, right? Good. Oh, and just in case you thought the fun and humor of the Banjo Kazooie games got lost over the years, don't you worry, it's still here. Although there are way more fourth wall jokes and rather meta gaming industry jokes in this game. And I can't prove it, but I'm convinced that Capital B is a caricature of some bigwig at Microsoft the former Rare staffers had to suffer with before they left. The controls are responsive and relatively intuitive, although the camera's a little off. Not enough so to make the game unplayable or anything like that, but just enough to occasionally be annoying. Although I hear a patch is on the way to fix that pretty soon. The visuals are surprisingly nice and detailed. And a surprising upgrade from the old Banjo Kazooie games is an upgrade to backstory elements for the world and game mechanics. Now, I've replayed the original games recently, and really, truly, there were a lot of elements in the games that never actually got explained away. Like, a lot. Or things that didn't get adequately explained. I mean, what's up with the different worlds being linked by paintings, and the giant puzzle pieces that were missing inside those portraits? Who puts puzzles up in portrait frames? Also, why are they portals to other worlds? I guess a wizard, or a witch in this case, did it. But this game is actually a little different. It bothers to explain the whole hub world portal shtick with a decent backstory. I'm trying to avoid major spoilers here, so I won't tell you what it is, but it makes sense and helps a different collectible make a lot more sense later on as well. In addition to the main game, there are also mini-games, both single-player and multiplayer. Speaking of multiplayer, the main game can be played in co-op with someone locally. It's a nice touch. It's little things like that you can really appreciate in a game like this. Overall, I really enjoyed my time with Yooka Laylee. It's the quirky 3D platformer that you don't really get anymore these days, outside of mainline Mario titles, and to be honest, it has way more personality than any non-RPG Mario title has ever actually offered us. Now, I realize that some people were upset with this game because it's so similar to the last platformer Banjo Kazooie games. And then there's also the camp of people that are more upset about the fact that it's not more like the original two Banjo Kazooie games. In an odd way, I kind of feel that Yooka Laylee is in the same awkward position that Star Wars Episode 7 was in. It's a sequel to a popular series with a devoted fan base that came out a considerable time after a very bad entry in the series came out and left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. And now it has to pull double duty to 1. Remind everybody what was great about the originals and stay true to its roots, and 2. Set up a framework for future entries into the series. Did Yooka Laylee do as well as Star Wars Episode 7 in performing such a balancing act? I don't think so, but I think they did a respectable job of it, all things considered. Alright, and now for the triumphant return of the good, the bad, and the random. Let's do it! The good. This game has fantastic humor in it. It really does. It also has surprisingly solid controls. The bad. Okay, that camera is a little bit of a pain. It's annoying. Really can't wait for them to finish fixing this. This is a patch that needs to happen ASAP. Also, the voices for the various characters. I suppose it should be voices with air quotes there. They don't really have voice acting, they have noises they make when they're talking. And it can kind of get annoying. Just saying. Oh, and the last thing. Some fourth wall breaking jokes actually spoil future portions of the game. That's a little annoying to me. I don't think that was actually necessary, but maybe that's just me. The random. There are way too many in-game references and callbacks to Rare's previous works to list, but the Yooka Laylee rap and a particular book referencing a line from Conker's Bad Fur Day certainly come to mind. They're pretty good, but, you know, keep an eye and an ear out for them. They're pretty entertaining. Also, fun little side note, within 38 minutes on Kickstarter, Yooka Laylee managed to meet its minimum funding goal. And it reached $1 million within 6 hours on Kickstarter. Obviously, there were a lot of people who really wanted this game to exist. And good on them for actually making it happen. Okay, so overall, how would I rate this? Well, were it not for that stupid camera, I might have actually gone to a gold here. Well, okay, one or two other very minor elements keep it back, but I would give it a very definite silver with honors. And if you are a fan of the original Banjo Kazooie games, consider this to be a gold. But for everybody else who didn't grow up with, you know, collectathon platformers, consider it silver with honors. Alright, well that does it for the review this time, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you'd like to see more of my nonsense in the future, hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like some suggestions for some other videos made by yours truly, then might I suggest these two. Over here, you can check out my previous review for Oh Sir, the Insult Simulator. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Or you can check this video out over here. LEGO Dimensions Abridged, Episode 1, Fellowship of the Brick. Check out either one, they're both fantastic, just like you guys have been. Anywho, that does it for me this time, guys. This is Master RBG, signing off.